Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amy Elizabeth Frith, and I actually have two YouTube channels, and this is the one that I created 2 years ago. I can't believe it was 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. It's September now, and it's 2015, and I created this channel in October of 2013. And since then, I've only really released, up until around a week ago, I think I only released somewhere between 8 and 10 videos or something like that. So that wasn't what I was intending. In the beginning, I did tell myself that I wanted to release a video once a week, and then I kept making excuses. And it wasn't that I wasn't doing other valuable work. I was accomplishing a lot of things. I always work hard at something, so I'm very proud of that. I have created a lot of works of art that I really, really love, and I've created a lot of creative writing, and I'm always creating 100 poems every day and turning them into songs. And although I don't record them all, it's just such a blessing to be able to discipline myself to build the skill that I have in music, because um, basically I feel really inspired by other music that I hear, and I really like the art of overlapping different songs, and I like the the passion that I feel in other artists, whether they're producers or some sort of instrumental musician or DJs. I'm really into electronic music. It doesn't, or if there are other vocalists, rappers, singers. I'm inspired by all kinds of music, and when I hear other people making music, whether I'm in the same room as them or whether I'm just hearing it through a recording, I feel really connected when it resonates, and I always feel a very deep connection. And that feeling, when I have that, that is really one of the most biggest inspirations in my life. And that's really what often inspires me to write my lyrics and sing. So often when I'm writing lyrics, I write them like just in the air with my voice, or I also like just randomly sing or rap alone or to whoever's around, and then sometimes I record it. And often the reason why I don't always record it is because I'm busy doing other things. Like I often am painting, so I haven't quite figured out how to record. I think YouTube is going to help. I've always had this idea in the past. It's funny how limited beliefs just happen, and sometimes they're just all illusion. So in the past, I used to think it would be really great if I could record my process in my studio and sort of explain what it's really like, because for me, music and art are very much connected. And as I'm painting, I'm usually singing, and I'm usually writing the lyrics and composing the melodies that I'm singing as I'm doing that, as I'm throwing all this paint onto a canvas and making a big abstract masterpiece. And I do actually feel that my paintings are masterpieces, but the rule is that they're never finished until they're a masterpiece, and sometimes they take literally forever. Like some of them take years, and then some of them just take one day or less. So it's always different, but it's interesting. I feel like I make the best paintings when I have more time, and I don't know if that will change. I guess I could experiment with that. But I really like layering, and I really like lots of depth. Like, look at this one behind me. Look at all the depth in that. You can see the iridescent colors shining, and there's so much texture on it. And yeah, I just like love that painting so much, which is why it's very expensive. It's actually available right now on my Saatchi online page, or saatchiart.com/Amy Frith. So Saatchi is a very reputable gallery, which is actually two physical galleries based in London, England, and Los Angeles, USA. And then the Saatchi Art is like the online worldwide Saatchi gallery. So I've got a page on there, and I absolutely love the fact that that exists. Um, it's interesting too, because of all the cities that I would love to buy real estate in and live in, I'd say the top two are Los Angeles and London, even though I have not yet visited them in person, which is funny. I've visited many cities that I love, but I really go by music and art when it comes to like studying, where I really, really want to spend extended periods of time and live for very lengthy periods of time. I just know by the research that I've done so much research in terms of like who lives where and who really inspires me as a creative artist, whether it's through music or art or both. And most of the artists that really, really feel like home to me in terms of like people that I could really grow with and collaborate with and be inspired by, going to see regularly and building community with, are often usually based in London or the area or in Los Angeles. And it's very interesting because I also find artists that really inspire me from everywhere. And a lot of the artists that I know that spend time in LA and London aren't really from those cities. I think there's just an energy in those cities that I really feel on a very deep level. So they call me very deeply. Um, and yeah, I just know that I'll spend lots of time in both of them in the future. Um, and I definitely like to have real estate and each at least one piece of real estate and potentially more. So my dreams are huge. I actually have a goal to have real estate in many countries, many different pieces. I would like to buy islands eventually. I would like to create events that empower and uplift and enlighten people. All kinds of events. I think most of my events will revolve around dance culture and visual art culture. So, for example, I would love to create a space, like sort of like a school, where there's an art studio, and in that space, the only thing that happens is painting. And I mean, of course, if someone's painting and they want to sing while they're painting, they can do that, right? But I would love to create spaces similar to what I experienced in my art school days. Um, I feel like there could be more art education in the world, and I feel like it's really interesting how so many people are afraid to make art. Like, literally, I've had thousands of people tell me that they're afraid to make art and that they don't think they can. And I think I have a gift for encouraging people to realize that they can, and it's really just a mindset and it's really just a decision. And it is scary at first. Like, even for me, sometimes um, I notice, like, sometimes I paint all day, every day. Literally, from the time I wake up, I like dive into my paints and paint until I go to sleep. And usually, when that happens, I don't want to go to sleep. I want to keep painting, but eventually, I'll, have to sleep. And so, sometimes I've literally like created experiences where I'll literally force myself to stay awake because the painting's so much fun. And I really, really enjoy painting. I really, really love it. It really brings me into a state of deep bliss and realization, self-realization. And I notice sometimes I'll even stretch my awakened time. Like I'll literally stay awake for, a day and a half or 2 days in a row and just paint. And it's amazing. It's an amazing experience to do that. I don't do that very often where I stay awake that long, but it's an amazing thing to play with. Um, so yeah, I'm very passionate about it. And I think, if anyone ever has ideas to share with me, I really like sparking conversation. Like, feel free to, ask me a question in the comment area under this video, or message me on Twitter or on Facebook. I'm always checking Twitter and Facebook. I absolutely love those platforms. Um, Always do my best to answer all my messages, and I really care about all of them, and really grateful for all of them. So, if anyone has ideas about anything that I'm talking about, please brainstorm with me. I love bouncing ideas off of other people because I think my mind is very strong, but it's also really expansive and enriching to have conversations with people that are thoughtful. And everyone naturally sees something different, right? So right now I'm thinking of starting a coaching business. I've been noticing, well, I'll admit, a part of the inspiration is money. I am just randomly coming across all this information online where I'm seeing that many people who start coaching businesses that are geared towards like helping people to improve their lives in various ways are making so much money. And I read about these businesses and I read about the people doing it, and I feel a strong connection. Like, I really feel like I have a lot of insight and energy to share with people in order to help people improve their lives, because people always tell me at events and festivals and stuff, people always tell me, and just randomly, I walk around on beaches and just talk to people. And in Vancouver this year, I was talking to so many strangers just randomly. I just love talking to strangers. And I am very intuitive and very strong, and I can sort of sense who is a decent person just by looking at someone. I can sort of read their aura and their energy. So I'm very fortunate to be able to meet lots of really intelligent, amazing people, and lots of successful people. I attract successful people into my life all the time. I've met so many billionaires and millionaires, and so that's not even a big deal to me. I have like a billionaire mindset. I know I do, and I know that I'll be a billionaire someday, and I'm not in a huge rush. What's important to me more than the speed for attracting wealth is really the authenticity through each step. I want to be certain that my soul is at the core of every single step that I take. And so this is why I tend to paint a lot and why I tend to sing a lot, because I really feel the individual nature of my soul being shared with the world when I'm painting and singing and expressed properly. And I feel my soul like growing, and I feel my understanding of my soul constantly deepens, and I feel like that's a really valuable type of awareness to bring onto the planet right now. I think I can really encourage others to do that. So in doing it and in keeping the discipline, I feel like it's beneficial not only for me but for others at the same time. So yeah, here I am rambling and on and on and on, right? But I guess it's my YouTube channel, so I have every right, right? Um, yeah, so this is starting to feel really good, doing lots of videos. This is my second video today, and reason being, I took a couple of days off. It was just too overwhelming, and yeah, I just have to trust my feelings. So to catch up, I'm going to make a few more, and then on average, I'm going to try to release one every day. And that would mean that, if I miss a couple of days, I'll just do a couple extra the next couple of days. And yeah, it feels really good. I'm really creating like a new stream of energy in my life, and it's about the producing of like this simple video, but it's also about the giving and the energy that's going out there. It just feels amazing. It's so simple too. It's so easy to do this. So I've been doing a lot of research, and I've been taking various courses online recently. Um, when I take a course, I like my courses to be quite quick. So basically, what I'm doing is like participating in lots of educational webinars where I just listen and take notes. And I really appreciate these experiences. Like, I've been encountering some very wise teachers who are very adamant about teaching people to create businesses that are fun, easy, soulful, and that have a purpose that really benefit the world. And I'm so grateful to come across so many incredible teachers these days, just through luck, really. Um, I'd say some of the most interesting teachers I've come across recently through webinars have been Elizabeth Purvis, who created a business school with the name Goddess in it. I think she called it Goddess Business School or something like that. She's amazing. Um, I will consider studying with her someday further because she's a very authentic lady, and just listening to her talk in her webinar, like, literally just changed my life. I think I've met women with similar strong energy and in real life, like more than once. Um, but they weren't as business savvy and as financially oriented as she is. So, oh, maybe a couple of them have been. I've met so many amazing people, so it's hard to remember everything all at once. But I like her a lot. I like her take on things, and I really like Eben. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Maybe Eben Pagan. He is definitely one of my favorite of all the people I've come across in terms of like his knowledge and how upgraded he is. I think he's really like in tune with how everything's constantly changing, and I think that's why he's worth 12 figures right now. You know, not quite a billionaire, but way more than millionaire. Millionaire is 7 figures, right? So he's up there, and he's got a soul, you know, and he's clearly looking at how to help others. And I think his intent seems to be really genuine. So listening to him, I've listened to a bunch of his webinars, and it's been really valuable for me. Um, I like the fact that he focuses on how, in our changing times right now, what's really important for people. Like when you're creating a business, you have to look at what people want, right? And you have to like serve what they're wanting. And he's saying that the main sellers right now are knowledge and information, you know, rather than just physical products and physical things. And I really resonate with that. Like sometimes I've been tempted to just stop painting because it's such a physical process. And I do sometimes, I stop for like, you know, a month or something. But I always return to it because it's so grounding. And because like, I don't know, maybe I love the earth. I'm a Virgo, so I'm extra earthy. And I don't know, there's something really medicinal about painting. There's something I really, really love about it. But in the future, I would like to learn how to paint not only with brushes, but also with you know, lasers and beams of light and stuff in the sky with maybe holograms and stuff. So that'll all evolve. But I think I will always paint at the same time sometimes, you know, because I do really love golden acrylic paints and how the technology within those paints is evolving. The colors that are available today are just incredible. So yeah, I love painting, but as a person who also likes to travel, it is a lot of work to organize painting. So I think it's good to also have other things going on. Um, and it's good that my paintings are expensive because there's so much energy put into them, and it is a lot of work to organize, like keeping track of where they are and shipping them and all that, and storing them in the proper places when I move around and whatnot. It's great to have this studio here where I can keep them. Um, Now, but in the past when I was moving around a lot, yeah, it was so much work to organize moving my paintings. Oh my gosh, long stories about that. I've lived quite an adventurous life, and I've lived in many places. It's all been fun. I just I love change so much, and I will always love change. I'll always love to travel, and in the future, I'd love to visit as many countries as possible. Really, you know, I'm really interested in everywhere, and you know, I have people tell me, oh, don't go here because of this or that, and I'm like, well, like, you know, you're really just talking to yourself. You have your own relationship with the earth, and I have mine, and like personally, I'm aware that things change when I enter somewhere. Like if there's a problem, maybe I can help it. And I'm not going to avoid places just because they have problems. Like I really care about humanity so deeply. I really care about everybody, and so my intention when I travel internationally in the future really will be to like help improve as many lives as I can, and like help help people to just like love their lives more in any way that I can. And I think a big part of that for me will be like helping people to be more creative and in their own way. You know, I'm never going to be the type of person that says you should only create this way, the way I do. It's like not my kind of thing. I like to encourage freedom and individuality. I think that's really important to me. And I think there are certain places in the world where that's needed. You know, not everyone is free, and not everyone understands the value of their own individuality. And I like to encourage that. I think that's like just being in tune with the holiness of life. You know, everyone is sacred. And I was thinking too, gosh, I'd love to create music studios where people can prove that they're serious and then come and learn about electronic music production and DJ culture and how to really make really, really strong music that really is innovative, and how to collaborate and how to create businesses out of it, and all that stuff. And then have the dance floors on the same acreage where that school is, so that people can practice like right away. And stuff like that. Like, I've always had visions of creating dance parties that don't necessarily really have to end. And it's funny, there are some people who get that, and some people say to me, "Oh no, Amy, you're talking about like Lord of the Flies, or that's just impossible, too good to be true, or whatever." But I have had a lot of experiences, and I I consider myself to be very, very modern and very contemporary, like to the point where I'm very futuristic, hence my music name, Futuristic Illionaire. Futuristic represents the spirit of innovation and, cutting the edge, pushing forward. And then Illionaire represents limitlessness. So I think that name for music projects really does represent my visions of what I see myself creating. I don't know when I'll have like perfect futuristic Illionaire tracks. I don't know if the best tracks that are made through that Elias will be just my vocals mixed with a lot of production and DJ work done by others, like friends, or if it'll be me doing all the production or DJing. I don't know enough about production and DJing yet, but I know that I want my voice overlapped with a lot of high quality DJing and high quality electronic music production. And I have a lot of collaborations planned and sort of in the works right now. I really like collaborating, but why am I having such a hard time with Ableton? I don't know. I don't know what it means. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to make a whole bunch of money selling my art and then just like have the money to actually travel to visit all my friends. Like, I have really strong connections. I always, because I'm such a focused creative being, and I have this very strong mindset and like awareness of what I want. Like, I do know what I want ultimately. I want to make the best music that I can make. And I know that I'll master production eventually, but I don't know how long it will take. Like, it might take years. It might not. I might surprise myself. I know some producers manage to learn in just a year to make quite good songs, and then some take more like 5 to 10 years, I don't know enough to know yet. But I know in terms of singing, I feel extremely strong, and I was a strong singer the day I was born. Like, I know that. So I'm not concerned about that, and I think the only thing really stopping me is lack of funds right now, because I have so many top-notch DJs and producers and musicians inviting me to studios worldwide saying, Amy, like, let's change the culture, let's uplift the people, let's encourage more freedom. Like, I see you, Amy, like, let's work together. And I have to continuously say to these people, okay, I don't have the funds to get there, you know? I'd love to come to your country and make music with you right now if I had the funds. And then I ask myself, like, why is so much funding every day still supporting people that are buying bombs and ammunition and the newest, latest gun when I'm struggling with, just living? And so I have to ask myself, what is the most empowered view on this, and what is oppression, and what is the opposite of oppression, and where there is oppression, where can it be erased, and how? So these are the types of subjects on my mind constantly. This is my level of consciousness. I never ignore what's really going on. And I feel far from powerless. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens within the next year as I start making more and more of these videos. So I have this YouTube channel which is focused more on music, and then I created another YouTube channel just the other day, which I haven't uploaded anything onto it yet, but I will very soon. And it will be focused more just on visual arts. So what I'll do is I'll take my paintings and, show close-up visions of them moving so you can actually see what they really look like. Because they have a lot of depth and they shine, they have lots of texture. And I think just through photography, still photography alone, you're not fully seeing the full thing. And I think with film, I'll be able to show the process of painting and the actual painting on an even clearer level. So I'm really excited about that. I think the results will be interesting. I think I'll get more sales when I'm making more videos. So, that's good. I have people every day tell me that they think that my paintings are excellent and that they're blown away by the quality, but I haven't been making a lot of sales recently, and so I must be responsible for that. And so I think what I just need to do is like pump more work out there, and I could also use more funding for supplies because they're very expensive. So I'm going to do a crowdfunding campaign very soon as I finish my website, amyelizabethfrith.com. I have a feeling the crowdfunding campaign will be stronger with a website, but I'm having a hard time doing the website. It's very challenging. But again, I'm so proud of myself for doing it myself, because in doing it myself, I will be able to edit it and change it myself, and it'll just feel really powerful. So that's good. It's crashed a bunch of times. I've had to like kill all my work a bunch of times because it's like so hard. I'm just like so much better at painting than I am with building a website. But anyway, that's all good. It's good to learn new things, right? And to face challenge, it's a very good thing. So yeah, what else can I talk about? Man, I actually was thinking I was going to sing in this video, and then I ended up talking for almost half an hour. So I think I'll upload this, and then I'll do another one where I'm singing. And because I know some people, they prefer watching me talk, and some people prefer watching me sing. And then myself, I like to look back on my videos sometimes, and I have my moods where I enjoy listening to people talk, and then I have my moods where I enjoy listening to people sing. So that's why I want to separate it, so it's just like easier to find what you want and easier to organize. So, oh yeah, and I'm seeing so many of the people that I know start to do really well in a lot of ways, and that's really exciting. Oh, and I'm going to be doing some work with a very strong filmmaker soon. I'm also networking with a variety of very strong filmmakers, mostly based in LA and New York City. And there's one from LA that's in Vancouver right now, and I can't really say a lot about this, but it's a funny thing with like the big time like film industry. There's like lots of legality type stuff that I'm not used to. As an independent artist, I'm used to being able to say whatever I want about my work whenever I want. But it's going to be interesting to like start working with film because I think there's a lot I can't say, but I'm sure I'm allowed to say that I will be working with a very well connected filmmaker, and that's exciting because think, no, I don't think, I know that the work that I'll be doing will be seen by really important people in the film industry, and I'm sure many doors will be opened for me. I just have so much um, interest in working with people who do very well and who take the time to walk the extra mile to build skills and acquire like strong abilities, you know. And what I like about people that are in film is a lot of them are very innovative and very visionary, and a lot of them are also very mm, I'd say broad-minded. Yeah. So I like that world. I'm really excited to um, be ready to finally put my foot into it. I've always known this time would come. But for years I just really wasn't interested in spending very much time in urban places. And now just my interest in urban life is like opening so much. Like I'm so interested in visiting as many cities as I can and spending like long periods of time and lots of them. So that's really, really something I'm really excited about because so many different types of doors will open. Um, yeah, so I think it's definitely a really amazing time to be alive, especially if you're creative and you enjoy being creative because um, we're evolving so quickly as humans, you know, and our ability to communicate is just like becoming so refined with the internet and everything. And yeah, I think the energy, you know, the energy on the planet is shifting. The collective consciousness, like I feel I have a gift where I can really tap into the collective consciousness, and I really feel good about what I'm feeling these days. Like I really feel a lot of people opening their hearts and opening their minds to thinking differently and to approaching life in new ways, and that feels really good. Like I know what I'm feeling is me, but it's beyond me too. So it feels really good to be a part of life on Earth right now. I'm so glad to be here. And if you have any creative ideas, send them my way. Like I love working with intelligent people, and I love working with fun people, and I love ideas. So send me some. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.